Elon, what egg hatched you into this world? Where were you before you?
Well, I was born in South Africa.
Born in South Africa, and you come to America and make $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to make $1 billion, I suppose. I mean, I grew up in South Africa, honestly, seeing a lot of the same TV and movies and reading comic books, and it really didn't feel all that different from, say, Southern California, honestly.
So you had a kind of baptism into American pop culture at the time.
Yeah. I mean, I ate a lot of hamburgers and went to steakhouses and read like every comic book, you know. So my father brought me on a trip to the United States when I think I was about 10. I remember it was a really awesome experience because the hotels all had arcades. So my number one thing was when we went to a new hotel or motel or whatever it is, go to the arcades. And so they had
forget any other services, forget whether they had bed bugs. You're looking for arcade games.
Yeah.
What did video games do for you?
I mean, they're incredibly engaging, and they made me want to learn how to program computers. Because then I thought, well, I could make my own games, and then I could also... I wanted to see how the games work. Like, how did you create a video game? That's what led me to learn how to program computers.
So you became a programmer?
Yeah, so I had one of the first video game consoles. It didn't even have cartridges. You had like 4 games that you could play, and you could like pick one of the 4 games you could play. That was it. And then it went from there to the original Atari, and then the television. And then I was in a store and saw a Commodore VIC-20. And I was like, holy crow, you can actually have a computer and make your own games. I thought this was just one of the most incredible things possible. Took all of my saved allowance and then hounded my father until we got the Commodore VIC-20. And then it came with this manual on how to program in BASIC, which I sort of spent all night, several days in a row, just absorbing that. And
on your own? No one forced you?
No, I
This is self-motivated. I got to know this. This is good for me.
I've just been like 9 or 10 or something.
So you were fluent in BASIC at age 9 or 10?
Yeah. I kind of got OCD on the thing. Maybe it's not technically OCD, but I certainly got obsessive. Let me put that, at least the O part.
So programming is power.
Else.
You get to control something.
Yeah, you can construct a little universe. And when you first do it, you're like, wow, this is incredible. You can actually make things happen. Like you type these commands and then something happens on the screen. That's pretty amazing. When I was in college, I sort of thought, well, what are the things that are most going to affect the future of humanity? And electric cars, solar power, essentially sustainable.
Most people are thinking, I just want a job when I get out. And you're trying to reshape humanity.